Hi, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day so far. Let's get some oracle cards and look into the energies of love and romance for the person on your mind. Okay, the first one we have is centering. So it feels like this person may have needed to take a step back from the connection because there's a sense of they're very overwhelmed by their feelings for you. They want to charge forth and make something official, make something known to you. And there's a sense of almost like good things come to those who wait. Or once we take this step forward, there's no turning back from this point. You bring a lot of joy and a lot of happiness to their life, but they may have felt that this is kind of distracted them from like other things that they need to focus on, or there's a sense of like, I don't want to lose myself in this connection, and yet I find you irresistible. So if this is something where they've gone kind of cold, kind of quiet, they're sort of dry in terms of their communication with you, this isn't because of any sort of uncertainty. This is like a part of them that just says, make sure you don't lose yourself in this connection. Make sure you're still taking care of your responsibilities, taking care of yourself, showing up as your whole self, as your fully incorporated self, so that the two of you can build something lasting and meaningful together. They want to combine forces with you. They want to develop this partnership, and it's the sense of, I need to focus on like becoming the best version of me so that I have all of that to contribute. So they may be like working on some things very practically as far as finances or career are concerned, or this can even be somebody who is starting to tie up loose ends in other areas of their life, closing out sort of other situationships they might have had going on. If you don't have any kind of direct understanding with one another, it's sort of undefined, your relationship, or even if you have had that conversation and like, hey, we want to move forward very exclusively with one another, it feels like this might be somebody who is even in the process of kind of closing out open lines of communication that might have existed between themselves and ex-partners or people that they'd been dating or seeing before, kind of clearing up some things in their life. Not that they had been juggling with you, but that it kind of just existed in the background, and it's a sense of almost like, this is a token of affection that I can give to you, or like a promise in the form of action that I can make that lets you know I only have eyes for you. I'm only focusing on this circumstance. They don't want to leave it up to chance that you might kind of encounter old messages between them and an ex, or somebody from their past reaches out. It's something where they're creating a lot more distance between other romantic prospects and themselves, so that you feel confident and you feel comfortable that they're in this with you all the way. They're all in. They want to take things further, and there's a sense of almost needing to tighten some things up on their end of the equation before coming back towards you in full force. We also have intention. So it feels like this person has very good intentions for you. There's an intention to protect the future that you can build with one another. And in order to do that, there's a sense of like, I need to close out some things that tie me to my past still. I need to release versions of myself, or again, maybe kind of like have those conversations, or even just sort of shut down those potential open lines of communication between themselves and previous people that they had dated, or that they had been interested in. This might have even been something where you had expressed discomfort at, they were friends with an ex or somebody that was giving attention to them, and they might have said it was very innocent, and you'd kind of indicated, I think they like you as more than a friend, or I don't really like all the attention that individual is giving you. And that could have created some pushback or confusion on this person's part, because they might not have seen it. They might have been like totally oblivious to that and said, oh no, he's just a friend, or she's just a friend. I don't know what you're talking about. And so it's almost like they've gone within to sort of think and to reflect, and they're either seeing things from your perspective, or they're honoring, your intuition. It's like, okay, this person makes you uncomfortable. I won't communicate with them as much, or I'll close out sort of that line of communication, because I want you to feel comfortable that there is no reason for you to worry, that I'm not treating you like an option. I'm not keeping my options open. They want something more with you. They want these emotions to develop further than they have. They want trust to be in place. So this is almost somebody, it feels like, that is getting ready to offer like a peace offering or an olive branch to you in the form of like, I closed out my account on a particular app, or, I had a conversation with somebody and let them know that, it was making the person that I'm interested in, my significant other, the person I'm dating, was making them uncomfortable, the dynamic, something like that, where they're doing a lot behind the scenes, but getting ready to kind of share that with you. This is what I've been working on in order to boost your confidence that I'm invested in this connection with you. And we also have harmony. So the idea of coming back towards you with something that lets you know that they are proud to be yours, they're proud to be seen with you, that they want to devote themselves to building and enhancing the relationship and the closeness between the two of you. The idea of this fills them with a lot of joy and a lot of excitement. They may be planning some kind of surprise comeback or something that they present instead of just like a nonchalant, they're sliding back into the communication with you or sort of showing up again. There's a sense of like, this is what I have been working on in the time that we have taken some distance, or that I've been reflecting, or I've been kind of closed off within myself. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose this connection. And so there's almost like a gesture in the form of some action that they're taking on their part that is the buildup to kind of, maybe a larger conversation between the two of you. These are the intentions of what I see for us in the long-term sense, or this is what I could think of to like let you know I'm very serious about you. I'm not just here for a temporary period of time. I'm not just wanting to be in and out or to keep my options open. I want to do whatever it takes to let you know that I'm serious, that I'm committed, that I'm exclusive with you. And we also have guardian angels. So they definitely feel like this is a connection that needs to be protected. Your heart needs to be protected. You may be a very sensitive person, or you've had a very kind of like troubled past romantically or in your life. And there's a sense of like, I don't want to add to the burdens or the confusion on your part. You may be an overthinker. You may be keeping a lot of that to yourself, but there's kind of just an intuitive knowing, something that they've sensed. Maybe you're prone to jealousy, or that's come up between this person and like somebody else in their life. And so there's a sense of, I'm willing to make these sacrifices in order to make you comfortable, in order to let you know your heart is safe with me. It is safe for you to become comfortable or put your trust in me, trust in this connection, trust in what we can build with one another. We also have balance. Yeah. So again, this is somebody that it feels like they're very worried about like losing themselves in this connection. And at the same point in time, it's almost like firming up some things within their life so that when they need to take those times to kind of retreat within their own energy or tend to things within their reality, that it gives you some kind of peace and reassurance that they're not like out talking to other people, that they don't have someone on the side, or they're not like taking a step back from you in order to explore other options. It's like, I need to make sure that I'm keeping my life in order, but I also want you to know that in those times that I'm just tending to myself, I'm in my own energy, I'm taking some time for me, that there's nobody else in the equation, that as far as love and romance and partnership or the idea of all those things are concerned, I'm focused on you. And we also have shadow self. Yeah. So again, this is something where there may have been some jealousy that was triggered, fears that have come to the surface. And whether you've had a direct conversation with this person, or they're just able to like sense that and intuit that about you, it's a sense of, I want to do what I can to kind of put those fears at rest. I want you to know that you can trust me, that, I'm not someone that's going to deliberately going to go out there and kind of mess with your heart, mess with your mind, put you through experiences that are going to leave you worse for wear. This is somebody that, is having a really good time with you and wants to increase those good times, wants to make some sort of gesture in terms of like, these are the things on my part that I'm aware of that would create complications or could create misunderstandings or have already been kind of an issue between the two of us. So as an act of good faith, as a gesture or token of my affection, let me take care of certain things in order to present you with a more clear understanding that I'm devoted to this. I'm interested in you. I'm focused on you. I'm working very exclusively to build with you. I'm not trying to like spread myself thin and juggle a lot of people or, keep those options open. This is almost somebody that wants to take this to the next level with you. And in order to do that, there's a sense within them of like, I need to clean up that quiet space, that individual space, so that you are trusting me when I'm kind of off in my own corner, so that you feel inclined and comfortable, to kind of go forth and be in your own energy. If you need quiet time, if you need private time, wanting to build that trust and understanding in those in-between moments when you're not necessarily in full communication with one another. So let's get a few message cards from this person's higher self and see what they want you to know right now. Okay, and they say, I love you. Yeah, so this person is very devoted to you. They could see themselves falling in love with you. Maybe they have already fallen in love with you. And so this is the sense of like, in order to do the honorable thing, in order to do the right thing, to make this a proper environment within my life, within my reality, and something that I can offer to you, I need to make sure that there are no loose ends. There's no like open channels of communication with people that might be upsetting for you, or situations which might be confusing, could cause like turbulence or uncertainty. There's a sense of wanting to, not just fill you with empty promises or sell you on some kind of an illusion or a dream, but this is like, I want to take material steps in my life to let you know I'm very serious about moving things forward with you, building on this connection or embracing this love fully. They'll say, I do want us to be in a relationship. So yeah, if they've taken a step back to clear up some things, tend to some things in their life, just kind of spend some time in their own energy, because they may have become very immersed in the experience with you. You could have been spending like a lot of time with one another recently, and they're like, okay, I'm slacking on my responsibilities. I've neglected some other things in my life. I need to just take some time for myself, or not lose myself, not become ungrounded in kind of the wonder and the momentum that we have and that we're building with one another. This is somebody that is also, again, kind of tidying up some things within their life in order to be able to come back towards you and say, hey, I really enjoy what we have going on. I enjoy what we're building. And this is my token of good faith. This is my gesture to let you know I'm serious about you. I want to work toward commitment. I want us to be in a relationship, or to deepen or strengthen the relationship that we are already in with one another. They also say, I've been having dreams of you. So this feels like dreams of the future, that happily ever after, or, something like that kind of in the material world. It's you're their dream person. They could see themselves happy with you, very content with you in a long-term sense. And so they're not wanting to add any kind of like nightmarish elements to your life, any kind of uncertainty, any kind of worry. They're wanting to do what they can to kind of calm that, ease that, and to just help you to be in a very comfortable place when they're needing to take time to themselves, and also as an encouragement for you to feel comfortable and free to sort of take all the time that you need. If you need to detach, if you need to disconnect, if you're feeling very overwhelmed with like what is happening in the connection or other things happening in your life, there's a sense of an unspoken understanding or trust that they want to work to build with one another in this next phase of your connection. They also say, I thought about you spending time with my family and me. Yeah, so in addition to kind of like cutting out other sort of frivolous connections, or, things that had been just sort of might enter into the territory of it could create confusion or upset, or maybe in some way already has. There's a sense of closing out certain things, but then also creating a greater invitation for you to step further into their life. So maybe meeting their family for the first time, meeting some of their friends for the first time, something where you kind of understand like, hey, I'm not just sort of in this for a temporary experience. Like, I want to build something lasting and real with you. I want you to become part of my life in a long-term sense. They also say, I'm always reminded of you. So it feels like it's very hard for this person to stay away at this particular point in time, but something within them, something within their instinct, or maybe, like a disagreement, a misunderstanding, miscommunication might have caused some awkwardness or like a period of silence. And there's a sense of, I want to rush back towards you, but before I just sort of stumble into this situation once more, I want to bring something. I want to bring this souvenir of what I've been doing in my time away. And that, it feels like, will be in the form of, I've closed out communication with a particular person, or like I've shut down this app, I deleted this profile, I sent that kind of final message, that goodbye, that energy of closure to the ex or to the roster, or whatever it is that looks like, in order to let you know they've created like a tunnel vision for themselves, romantically, emotionally, all they see is you. And they also say, you are so different, but that's why I love you. Yeah, so there's a sense that they want to show up differently than they have in this connection to make you understand that they're serious in a long-term sense. They're not just here for a temporary time. They don't just want a good time with you. They want to build something lasting. And so in order to do that, there's a sense of you need to understand that they're willing to kind of shut the door to other opportunities for romance or, sexual encounters with other people. It's like, I only want to devote myself to you. I only want to spend time and closeness in that sense with you. I like what we have going on. I like what we could develop with one another. And I want to let you know that I'm invested in you totally and fully. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.